Welcome back. So in the last tutorial, we have talked about how do you connect an LED and make it flash. So now we make it a little bit more complicated. We want to use a button here. We want to use a button to control the LED. So when you press and hold the button, the LED switch on. And when we release the button, the LED switch off. So how do you add a button? So now a button serves as an input. So look here. In a button, there are 3 pins, okay? And when you look carefully at the side of each pin, there's usually some label. So at this side, you can see the label is VCC, which means this pin is VCC. And then in the other side is GND, which means this pin is GND. Okay, in the middle, if you look more carefully, it's called OUT, output pin. So what do they mean? So usually VCC and GND, we need to connect to power source. So VCC is the positive power and GND is negative power. And the OUT is usually the data signal. So how are we going to do? So now we are going to take another male to female wires, okay, male to female wires. So we are, again, just to say length of the wire doesn't matter and color of the wire doesn't matter. Now what we're going to do is we are going to plug the wires to this side, okay? Let me just push it in, okay? We push it in fully, okay? So we can see that the VCC side, I'm connecting to the brown, and the GND I'm connecting to the orange. So in another side, which means that the VCC, which is the brown color, I'm going to connect it to the 5 volt gear, okay, 5 volt, okay, 5 volt. And then for the orange, which is I connected to the GND, I connect to the GND, the other GND, okay. We have 2 GND, so we're okay. So now, and the other one, which is the output cord, which is the red color, I'm going to connect it to like pin 7, okay. I just choose a pin, okay, pin 7, okay. So look at my button now, okay. Look at my button now. My button, the VCC, which is the brown color, connects to the 5 volt, okay. And my GND, which is the orange color, connects to the GND of the board, okay? And then my output, which is the middle one from the pin, connects to number 7, okay? So here's the whole wiring. So now what I'm going to do next is I'm going to change the program, okay? Now let's go to the setup. Apart from the output, we have pin 7 as input, so which I put a new line, pin mode, bracket 7, input, okay, semicolon, okay. So you have to follow the Arduino programming syntax. So the syntax is, you have to follow it's case sensitive as well. Input is all cap, pin mode, the M is a cap, okay. So I now in the setup declare that pin 7 is an input, okay, because I actually connect the pin 7 as an input to the red line, okay, okay, because it's input from the button to the board, okay, input from the button to the board, okay. And then what I'm going to do is every time I loop, I'm going to make a button state as well, okay, int button state equal to 0. So button state means if my buttons have been pressed or not. 0 means not pressed, okay? Because 0 usually means low, false, not pressed. Usually when it's pressed or high voltage or what is equal to 1. So in the loop now, I'm going to say button state equal to digital read or port 7. Okay, you can see I read from port 7 and the reading result, voltage result will go to button state, okay? And then I will say if button state equal to high, which is I detected high voltage in the input, okay? I'm going to copy this, okay? I'm going to write to the LED as high voltage. And then else, I'm going to write the LED into low voltage, okay? Okay, and then I delete one of the delay 1000. I mean, you want to delay it or not, that's fine. So look at this program. What I'm going to do is, what I have done is, I keep on reading the reading from port 7, which is the button. And then if the button state is high, which means if it has been pressed, you turn on. If it's not been pressed, you turn off. I'm going to delay this delay as well, so that the reaction is real time. So if I upload there, upload. Okay, now the LED is off because I have not pressed the button. So what happens if I press the button? Press it. See, when I press, it's on because it have a high reading on 7. If I release, it's off. Press and hold is on. Release is off. Okay? Press. So now we're able to get an input from a button. Okay? Actually, a sensor is no different as a button as well, and which we will now we have something that we can give command to the board. Okay? This is the tutorial of using a button to control an LED.